Folks?
Yep, we're here.
Okay, well, welcome back. And again, we are dealing with controversial comments.
1 second.
1 second, please.
You can start to record.
I put start record.
And 1, 2, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, well, welcome back. And again, I apologize for anything I may have said that may have offended some more delicate among us. But I'm a man. I'm a guy, and you know, I don't want to hold back. I don't want to pull my punches. I want to tell you exactly how I feel. Now, I'm not gonna look in a camera and tell you the dirty stuff that us guys sometimes. Well, let me tell you anyway. There I was at this retreat, and all these people who have accomplished these classes were given these awards, these certificates by our teacher. And as they walked up on the stage, all of them were shaking hands with their teacher. And there I was standing next to this big, burly Russian guy. I mean, he would soon as kill you as to look at you. I mean, he was mean sucker, big guy. He was the bodyguard for the teacher. Well, there was this knockout woman. Oh, my God. She started walking up the steps, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. And he and I looked at her and followed her with our tongues hanging out. For a brief moment, we caught each other, and the two of us looked into each other's eyes, and we saw pieces of crap. We saw nothing but dunk. Dunk? Is that a word? Duka. Something that needed to be corrected. We were lusting after this woman, and I looked at him, he looked at me, and we smiled, and we knew, ew, you and I are brothers, nasty suckers. We are bad, no good. And that got me thinking, my God, I came to the spiritual event not to hit on women, not that there's anything wrong with it, but to have a closer connection with something above me. Here I was, seeking a closer connection with a higher being, trying to raise my consciousness to be with that pure and perfect force, the one greater than the greatest king. And instead of connecting, I found myself distancing myself, getting further and further away as my spiritual antenna start to pull in, retract, and my corporeal flesh eating desire arose. I wanted to put on blinders. I want not to see this type of woman. I wanted to remove myself from all this temptation, her so distracting outer shell that was challenging me to overcome my baseness. Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
As one viewer comments, and I might tend to agree, is you're actually talking about men, aren't you? And not about women?
I can only talk about my relationship, my perception of women. This is my reality. This is my quantum physics. I am telling you about my perception of women, how one person has perceived both one type of woman and a second type of woman. And I'll tell you, there is nothing better than the second type of woman.
Are you talking about what men want from women, and you're talking about two levels or two
Yes.
types of desires that you
There
can have
are.
for a woman? One being animal sexuality, and two being something that you perceive as being, as your words, more pure.
That's exactly it, and you hit the nail on the head. There are almost direct opposites. We need to have the desire so that man and woman can come together physically and have children. We need that. We need that desire. I mean, some people believe that's one of the main reasons that we are here, to continue the species. But, you know, how I am weak, and when I see a certain type of provocative, you know, really out there knockout, I fail. I drop. I become lower than a still animated vegetable nothing. I want to go back. I want to go back into evolution and get back into the ocean, become that rock, and
Why-
never see light again.
Why are you saying that this quote-unquote type of woman is the problem, as one of our viewers asked, and not look at the real problem, which is your work that you need to do on yourself?
I need to work on myself. I need to not look in their direction. I need not to see them. I need not to be in their company. I need to be with the other type of woman. I need to be with someone who is not trying to get a mate. Someone who is not seeking physicality. Someone who is not trying to prove something, to dress for success, to dress for attention. I want the other friend. I want that good woman. Is there anything wrong
Speaking
with
of
that?
friendship, why do you differentiate between men and women? Our viewer Blank Rue asks. Don't we have rights to be equal?
Yes, but I was asked to talk about women, not men. And the only way I can talk about women is from my heart. My heart and my experiences. And I'll tell you one thing. It's the friend. It's the woman that I could look upon, not as a lover, but as a true friend. As much as I look upon men, I can look upon this woman as a friend. Someone that I can open with. Not to desire in that way, but to form a friendship of love when light from around us comes in. Maybe it's forbidden. Maybe men should just be with men to seek spirituality. But there's been so many good women, so many friends. Karen, you and I have gone through some spiritual things together. I don't view you in that way. I view you as a friend, a confidant, someone I can talk to, have a little bit of red wine, joke with, and still feel a camaraderie. I would fight for you if you were in the foxhole in Vietnam. I would take a bullet for you. Well, maybe not right now. But back then, yeah, sure. But that is the type of woman friend I want. I want to see. I want to be around. I want her in my group. I don't want the flashy type. I don't want the ones that are out there. Oh, my God. I don't want them. If you're that type of woman, stay away from me. If you come close to me, I'm going to put a sign around me. Do not approach, because you know what I want from you. Stay away. But if you want to be my friend, be my friend. As a man?
Some would say that men are like children and that women represent for them are like their mothers. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah. We want mom to direct us. We want mom to make sure that we put on the same color socks every day, that we brushed our teeth, that we did something and to help us.
What about, as you said, you had gone to a retreat about spirituality, and one of the themes of our blog here is spirituality. What do you think that men want from women in terms of a spiritual goal?
Support. Men want the support from women to know that men are shitheads. Men have to overcome a hell of a lot more than women. Now, someone once told me that a man thinks of sex once every 10 seconds, where with women it's 1 out of 10 minutes. I mean, men, why? I don't know. I mean, testosterone? Is it in our glands or our goofy, mixed up, crazy genes? I don't know. We have to... All right, maybe it's because there's a drive in a man that is not in the woman. Maybe it's because in spirituality, the man has to be the giver and the woman the receiver. And maybe I want to give and give and give and not receive that type of desire, but the desire that make me a better man than what I am.
One of our viewers puts on here an old joke. First guy proudly says, "My wife's an angel." Second guy says, "You're lucky, mine's still alive."
Bada bing, bada boom. Well, I'd like to turn to some of the more serious things that we have been looking at, and that is what women want in a man. And now what we have is done a lot of research. We consulted with some of the greatest sages of all time, and what we have for you tonight is, bear with me as I take this in my hand and share with you what we have found. What women want of a man at age 22. Handsome, to be charming, financially successful, a caring listener, witty, in good shape, dressing with style, appreciating the finer things, full of thoughtful surprises, an imaginative, romantic lover. Now, what does a woman want of a man at age 32? Nice looking, preferably with hair. Opens the car doors, holds the chairs, has enough money for a nice dinner, listens more than he talks, laughs at my jokes, carries the bags of groceries with ease, owns at least one tie, appreciates a good home-cooked meal, remembers the birthdays and the anniversaries, seeks romance at least once a week. Now, what do women want of men at age 42? Not too ugly. Bald head is fine. Doesn't drive off until I'm in the car. Works steady, splurges on dinner out occasionally, nods head when I'm talking, usually remembers the punchlines of jokes, is in good enough shape to rearrange the furniture, wears a shirt that covers his stomach, and knows not to buy champagne with screw-top lids, remembers to put the toilet seat down, and shaves most weekends. Now we move to what a woman wants of a man at age 52. Keeps the hair in his nose and ears trimmed. Doesn't belch or scratch in public. Doesn't borrow money too often. Doesn't nod off to sleep when I'm venting. Doesn't retell the same joke too many times. Is in good enough shape to get off the couch on weekends. Usually wears matching socks and fresh underwear. Appreciates a good TV dinner. Remembers your name on occasion. Shaves some weekends. And now we get to closer to where I am at. What women want in a man at age 62? That he doesn't scare small children. That he remembers where the bathroom is. Bear with me. That he doesn't require much money for upkeep. He only snores lightly when asleep. Remembers why he was laughing in the first place. Is in good enough shape to stand up by himself. Usually wears some clothes. Likes soft foods. Remembers where he left his teeth. And remembers that it is the weekend. And what a woman wants of a man at age 72? Breathing. Doesn't miss the toilet.
Michael, some of our visitors on the blog are talking about right now what men and women need from each other, why men need women, why women need men, and vice versa. But it looks like that might be beginning of our topics for the third segment.
Well, we have some time just to talk a little bit about that. What?
On the next segment.
Okay. If I may.
No, so wrap it up for this time.
We're going to wrap it up for this segment, and we'll go into the next one. And we have a countdown: 9, 8, 7. Tell me when I'm down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.